He hits me all the time in my face or slams my head into the door.
Why isn't this man in jail?
A tragic story of domestic violence.
I stay because I love him.
Because you're in love with him and you don't want him locked up.
I'm so afraid that he's going to kill her one day.
It's a heartbreaking case you won't want to miss. Linda is worried that if Chantel and her 8-month-old son don't get out of the situation, they will wind up dead.
Tell me what's happening, please.
Are trying to get her some help.
All right, and how old
And
is
my
your
grandson.
daughter?
She's 21.
And the grandchild is?
He's 8 months old.
Now talk to me about this abusive relationship.
She goes back. She's got a bruise on her arm now, but he hits her, gives her black eyes. He hits her when she's holding the baby, and if she ever loses balance, she'd drop him. So I don't know where she's coming from.
I see tears in your eyes. Tell me what's going on.
I want to really leave my baby's dad, but it's hard for me to. Because I'm in love with him.
Is he abusive?
Yeah.
Why do you stay?
I stay for my little baby, and then I stay because I love him. My first love, and it's hard to get out.
So what has he done to abuse you?
He hits me all the time in my face or slams my head into the door. That once happened. Always gives me bruises.
Right after she had her baby, he bashed her head with the door and kicked her and stuff, and we
So he
went down to
abused
get
you
her.
when you were pregnant?
Oh, he kicked her and hit her in the stomach when she was about 7, 8 months.
Gave me a black eye.
But that could have killed the baby. Doesn't he understand that? Now, why haven't you had this man locked up? Why not call the police?
She won't do it.
He slams your head in a wall. He kicks you in the stomach when you're 7 months pregnant. Why isn't this man in jail? Why not lock him up?
The cops have came.
Because you're in love with him and you don't want him locked up. Now, Ms. Carlisle, I'm going to take a recess. I am not adjourning this case. I am simply recessing this case while we figure out what the next step intervention should be. We're going to begin that work, and you've got to be willing to do what it takes to get yourself out of this abusive relationship. All right? We've got work to do. All right, we'll stand in recess, and then we'll pick this case back up after we've had the first step of the intervention. Nothing further, we'll stand in recess. Let's take a look at what happened when we left here.
This is it. You'll have to tell the baby bye for a while. You'll have to tell your mom bye.
Right now?
Yes.
So where are we going?
We want to show you that if the violence continues, that this is what can happen. Take the things that you need to change your clothes and anything.
Change the clothes?
Yeah, and your toothbrush, and just take.
So what,
things.
am I staying overnight?
You might have to be in hiding. When I left, I was in hiding for 3 months. Gotta go. Okay.
This experience may be scary, but it's not as scary as when it happens in real life and when you have to flee in the middle of the night to protect your very life.
What was that experience like?
It woke me up. Woke me up that he would probably kill me or my baby taken away from me.
So what's next for you?
I want to find me a different place to live and just stay away from him and don't take phone calls from him. But in a way, I think I might go back too. And I don't want to.
Jeez.
A lot of women relapse, though. I mean, we need to be prepared for this. A lot of women do relapse. But you got to stay in counseling. You got to find the strength, and you've got to find the reinforcement. And what I want to tell you clearly is that you don't have to do this alone. I know it's scary, but hear me clearly. You don't need this man in your life.
I didn't think I had hope, but I feel a little hope. I have.
You know what? All you need is a sliver of hope, but you're gonna have to take it step by step by step.
Ask her if you should get a protective order and stuff.
All right, that's the
Change the
first
phone
thing you
number.
need to do as soon as you get home. I am directing that you go straight to the courthouse and that you get a protective order against this man. So I am ordering that you follow up on the counseling. I am ordering that you take necessary steps to protect yourself and your son with this protective order. And then we're going to follow up and see how you're doing. All right, any questions? All right, looks like we could do, you all need some hugs.
I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. You guys are great.
We're not going to give up. We're going to stick with you. You need a hug too? Ms. Hamilton, we have quite an issue before the court. You're concerned about your niece. Tell me what's happening, Ms. Hamilton.
She lives with me, her and her daughter. They do not pay any
And
bills.
how old is her daughter?
3.
And she is now expecting a second child.
She's 7 months pregnant.
7 months pregnant, is that right?
Yes, that is.
All right.
My main concern is for her unborn child and her daughter, and I do not want her daughter to be out on the street.
Why are you concerned?
Because children learn from example. She's setting a bad example. For her child, she's gonna set a bad example for the next one that's on its way. And she's not a bad person, she's just involved in the wrong things.
So tell me about your involvement in the gang.
My involvement in the gang is that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm gonna do.
So how long have you been in the gang?
I've been in since I was 17.
What have you been involved in?
I've been involved in drive-bys. I've been involved
You've been involved in drive-bys?
breaking in houses. I've been involved in all kind of things.
How did you get into the gang?
I was jumped in.
Jumped in meaning that you were beat up?
Yes.
By several folk. How many folk?
16.
16 folk. And you survived that?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
So are you pregnant out in the street fighting now?
Yeah. Last fight I had was last Saturday.
So you're fighting, are you not understanding that you're putting this unborn baby at risk?
At the time, I don't think about it like that, no.
Are you doing drugs?
I do
Ah.
alcohol.
Alcohol.
I smoke, yeah.
So you're abusing alcohol and you're smoking weed?
Mm-hmm.
And you're pregnant?
Mm-hmm.
Are you concerned about this child being born with serious birth defects?
Yeah,
Then why are you doing it?
because that's what I want to do.
When your daughter gets older, what do you want her to be? Like you? You want her to be involved in this? You want to see her fighting?
No.
You want to see her in prison? They learn by example.
Her
So
decision.
what kind of example are you setting?
Her decision, I mean, I can only either go by or not allow.
Yeah, I think there needs to be some reality check here. And I'm gonna send her to Chicago to spend some time with some gang members for you to make some decisions about your life.
You're gonna see what happens to a lot of the brothers that got involved in gang activity, got criminal records, and then got put out of the system. How many brothers you know been killed, Rocco?
I can't even count them on my fingers or my toes.
Rodney, how long you been in the organization?
I've been in the organization for about 20 years now.
Who have you been to?
Huh?
Would you
I
say
ain't been a fish. If you're not here, you're in jail. If you're not in jail, you're 6 feet under.
Chantrell was walking to school with his mother from this building right here, and as he walked to school, they shot out of the building over there, and they hit him in the head and killed him. He was 5 years old. The game is so raw and so real that the game has no love for no one, not even a 5-year-old. What are you gonna do now about your life?
Try to change. I don't want that for my kids. What I seen, you know, the little 5-year-old, it kind of touched me when he was on his way to school and gunned down on the street.
Your daughter is 3 years old now?
Yes.
So what if the rival gang came in and executed her while they made you watch? Can you imagine what that would be like?
No, I can't imagine, and I don't want to imagine.
Exactly. You go out here and you get killed, or you get shot, and you end up for the rest of your life in a wheelchair. What's gonna happen to your babies?
They're gonna suffer.
Anything you wanna say to me before you leave?
Thank you for sharing the experience that you did. And I also want to thank my auntie for caring. And that's it.
Your daughter needs you, and this unborn baby needs you. And they need you to be honest, sober, healthy, and not out here gangbanging. Because that's the bottom line. We've got enough young African American people in jail. I'm gonna order, though, that you follow up with some counseling. We also are gonna help you get in the direction of getting back to school. All right? So I want a graduation invitation. All right. I'm pulling for you. Okay? You can do this. You can. You gotta believe you can do it, though. You hear me? All right. Nothing further. We'll stand adjourned.
I apologize for putting you through what I put you through. And I want to change. It's okay. And I thank everybody for helping me out. Helping me open my eyes to reality for my children's sake.
She has beat herself up before. The thing,
Wait a minute, let me know
is,
before you go any. What has happened? What has been your relationship with your wife? Are you all still now legally married, or have you divorced?
We're still legally married.
But you're separated.
Yes.
we have been together off and on for 8 years, and the first time she left me, she come back she was pregnant, that she was with a lot of different guys while still being with me.
Was you told that by me or somebody else?
I want to determine this paternity because I'll do everything in my best to get both children if I can.
Now, does he have a right to suspect that this child, James, is not his son? Is there a basis for him to believe that?
No.
So is your testimony that you were completely faithful during this relationship?
No, I was
That's
not completely faithful in this relationship. Every time we separated, I did find another partner. But while I was with him, living under his roof by his rules.
Yes, you are trying to get custody of James. That's why we're here, to get this paternity issue resolved. But you also have been concerned about her criminal record and her behavior.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know if she's going to get back on the drugs. I don't know.
Have you had a history of drug abuse?
Yes, ma'am. I was a crack addict about 2.5 years ago. I've been clean for almost October 21st will be 2 years I've been clean off crack cocaine.
Excellent. Excellent.
And this report right here
Excellent.
states my drug counselor has given me basically a clean bill of health, stating I'm a recovered addict. I drive a cab in North Carolina. Crack cocaine has been presented to me. I've turned the people in. Then I'd go to a meeting if that's what I felt was necessary for me to do.
When did you first get married?
December 13th, 1991. I was 15 and he was 30?
31.
31, excuse me.
Well, how in the world did you all ever connect? If she's 15 at the time that you all got married and you're 31, why would you marry a man so much older than you are?
My mother gave me the choice of marrying him or going to Orlando and making money for her on the corner. I figured that was my best bet at the point in time. I was 15. I didn't really have a lot of options.
Why would you marry a girl 15 years old?
To keep her from becoming a hooker, Your Honor.
No, tell her the real reason. What did my mother tell you?
Your mother did not tell me nothing.
I was standing there. She told you that she would charge you with statutory rape and put you in prison for the rest of your life. You just got out of prison several years earlier.
I mean, this sounds like a shotgun wedding to me. I'm just going to call it like I see it. Now, what happened after you all got married?
He started drinking, started hitting me. Every other word out of his mouth to me was whore, bitch, slut, you're no good, you're fat, you're ugly.
Were you abusive in this relationship, Mr. Cornett?
No, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have an order of protection from Judge Hardison, a judge in the county I live in. I have photographs.
Why was it necessary for her to get an order of protection? So you're saying that she has beat herself up, that she's inflicted abuse on herself?
On her own self, yes, Your Honor, she has.
Your Honor, he also said that same story to a very respectable judge in the county I live in now, and he looked at him and laughed at him and ordered the order of protection in my favor with temporary custody for 1 year of the children because he punched me in my face out in the yard with a witness. I still fear for myself. I still have a no trespassing sign. I still have my neighbors watching for me, for him to come to me and try to hurt me again.
The DNA paternity test report shows that Mr. Cornett is the father of this child.
All right, thank you very much. This is a battle that's going to have to be fought between the two of you about the custody issue. But before you leave today, I'm hoping that there can at least be some resolution such that there can be a working relationship between the two of you. Because you are this child's father, and it is important that he have a relationship with you. Now, I am not going to determine custody in this court today, but we have established definitely that you are this child's father, and so that should give you a sense of relief, because I know from your complaint that that was one of the things that you've been struggling with. And in fact, I think you were going to probably be crushed if it turned out that you were not this child's father.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
the good news is that you now know for sure, and that should be now behind you, and that you should move forward to make sure that this is a wonderful, positive relationship with your son. Nothing further. We will stand adjourned.